Hi guys, my name is Fifi and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long while since the last time I posted anything on this channel, but today I felt like talking about this one subject that you would have been able to read from the title. As usual, my surroundings are out of my control, so if birds happen to fly by or chickens happen to make noises, I'm very sorry about that. Today, as you can see from the title, I want to talk about something that will probably take a long time to delve into. I feel like I have to get into details to be able to talk about these things, and I suggest you sit down, get yourself some drinks, and relax as you hear me go on and on about something that I went through. You know, like the self-absorbed person that I am. So I think it's hard to talk about this topic without going into the details of how my life was before and how much of it has changed since then. So let's start from the very beginning. As you may or may not know, I have a blog where I initially created it to become a fashion blog, and I would post my outfits and talk about fashion stuff that I love on the internet, and that was 2012. So I started my blog in 2012 with the sole idea of creating it for my fashion related stuff. Although it then evolves into more lifestyle and other things that I want to talk about, because I just don't actually know or care much about fashion. And because of this blog, and because I put up a lot of outfit posts over the years, I developed this new habit of shopping for clothes. I used to almost never shop for clothes, it's just not something that I do. And I go from basically 0 clothes per month to at least 2 items per month on average. And that is a lot of clothing. That means like 24 new items per year. When you think about it, that's added to the clothes they already have. So that's 24 extra clothes. And that is just too many for just one person, I must say. In 2013, the Rana Plaza tragedy happened. If you don't know what that is, it is basically the incident where there's this building, this factory complex in Dhaka, Bangladesh, that collapsed in 2013, taking over 1,500 casualties with it. It was a huge wake-up call, not just for me, but also for a lot of people in the fashion industry. I will leave a link down below to more info on the incident itself, because I feel like if I talk about it, this will be much longer than it probably already will be. And because of that, a lot of bloggers that I follow and a lot of people in the fashion industry that I like start to really evaluate how they see clothing, how they treat their clothing, how they purchase their clothing, and how they dispose of them once they don't really want or can't wear it anymore. And I start to try and change my lifestyle. Okay, so this is the first lifestyle change that I'm talking about. I decided to stop buying fast fashion. Obviously, it's very hard to do once you were always shopping. It wasn't easy for me either. It wasn't like I suddenly just don't go to retail stores and I stop looking at shop windows. That's just not possible. I did make a lot of mistakes. I did slip a lot of the times. I still bought some things from fast fashion stores, although I made it a conscious decision that I would stop buying from fast fashion stores. And well, to be honest, this isn't like the first time I discovered thrift stores, but I became more gravitated towards thrift stores because I wanted to reject fast fashion stores. And let's be real, as a college student who was living abroad, ethical fashion label wasn't exactly a viable option for me. They're expensive, if you haven't noticed. So I thrifted a lot more and I look at retail stores a lot less. So it was definitely a process. To be honest, on this front, there wasn't that much difference in my life exactly. Shopping for clothes have always been something personal for me. I rarely ever do it with friends. I don't even do it with my boyfriend. I don't really like shopping for clothes with other people because I have a very specific style. And I think not a lot of people understand what my style is. Sometimes I could pick out an item and be like, hey, this is cute, I love it, I really want to wear it, and other people will be like, that is a style choice. It is a style choice, it's my style choice, but not a lot of people appreciate it. And also that other people's styles are inherently different from mine. It makes me feel a bit uncertain about their choices as well. It's just so confusing. I just prefer to do it by myself. I wouldn't consult other people about the item. In that sense, my life doesn't change. Although for me, there is a significant change on how I then look at clothes or look at clothing stores. For instance, when I go to clothing stores after I make the decision to swear off fast fashion, I usually just wander by, and it's honestly kind of makes me feel less alive. What's the point of me being here then, you know? And this is when I start to really think about shopping itself. At first I was swearing off fast fashion, but I still shop a lot. I still go to thrift stores, and if I find something that I like, I would purchase it. But then I start to really think about the shopping part of it, mostly because around that time, around 2013, 2014, my finances changed. I had to really be careful about how I treat my money, even though at that point it wasn't really all that careful as I am now. So I gradually stopped shopping. Although in 2016 then, I stopped for a year and I didn't even realize that I stopped. And I was like, hey, nothing in my life is insufficient. I didn't feel like my life wasn't complete or missing anything. And this is also around the time I stopped shopping in every sense of the word. Meaning I don't go to stores and window shop, I don't subscribe to newsletters, and I don't seek out online stores either. I just thought I don't think about that anymore. I think the biggest difference in this lifestyle change for me is in relation to my friends' shopping behavior as opposed to my own shopping behavior. Meaning sometimes I go out with my friends and we would go to the mall or something, and then they would pass by a store, a clothing store, and want to take a look around. And my initial reaction, to be honest, my initial response, like inner response, is to be like, can I just wait outside? I'm not interested and I don't want to be there with all these other people inside too. But obviously, sometimes if I say that, they would feel bad and they wouldn't want to look at clothes, and I don't want to be like a party pooper, so I just like walk in and I don't know, stand in one spot the whole time. And then when my friend finds something that they like but is unsure about, and they go to the fitting room or doing this online and taking shots from the fitting room, and they would give photos to me or they would give options for me of the stuff that they potentially want to buy, and then they're like, oh, which one? Should I buy this one? Should I buy it? Shouldn't I? My initial response, again, is something that is inherently very in line with my principles. So it would be like, no, put that back and go home, search for online, more ethical option for that item. I'm sure you'll find something that you like that is less bloody, so to speak. But again, I don't want to be a party pooper, I don't want to be preachy. So what I say is like, do you need it? Do you really need it? Is it absolutely necessary that you have this item right now? If they say no, they will eventually realize on their own that they don't have to get it. But if they say yes, or they really want it, then I wouldn't be saying stuff like, is your desire worth sacrificing underpaid workers? I wouldn't be going on like that. It's definitely different. But I don't think my friendship changes because of this decision that I make. I think mainly because my friends are mostly not very fashionably conscious. They don't really shop all that often. It's not that big a deal. And then I discovered zero waste. Zero waste is basically a lifestyle where you don't generate waste, or you try as your best not to generate any waste. I've adopted a term that I saw from, I think, a YouTube channel called Sustainably Vegan, if I'm not mistaken. She coined the term, or at least she introduced to me the term of low impact. It is more a celebration of what you do, in meaning your effort to reduce your waste, than the celebration of your failure, which is the zero waste. If it's not zero, then you failed, right? So I'm calling it low impact. Now with low impact, I have been putting it off for months and months and months to actually do it, make it my lifestyle. But then a few months ago, I finally took the plunge and I decided to finally give up single-use plastic as much as I can, because to give it up completely right now is unfortunately not viable for me. But to give it up to like 80%, I think is doable. As you can see, I'm using reusable straws now. I don't actually need straws for this, but I like it. And because of that, there's a lot of places where I cannot buy food anymore because either A, they don't want me to use my containers, or B, sometimes I'm just not prepared. I don't always have my containers with me. And when I don't have my containers with me, I just don't buy from these places. I don't buy food outside. And obviously it's different from the lifestyle of most people who can just buy food or buy stuff on a whim. And I think that definitely changes the way my friends and I interact. For instance, if they were to buy food using plastic containers and I look at the food and I kind of want it, but I don't want the plastic containers, I just stare at it and be like, oh, you want it, in my mind. And then my friend would be like, go buy it, it looks good, right? And I'd be like, no. And also that I sometimes bring food from home even when I'm hanging out with my friends at the mall or something. So my friends just have to find a place where I can sit down and eat my lunchbox without being kicked out. Like for instance at a food court where people just don't really pay attention to that kind of thing. And I think the biggest change to that happens in my house. So because I've been trying to be more responsible with my waste, I have been giving away our waste at home to waste banks. And obviously it's not just me who generates waste in this house. I can't just store my own waste and give it to waste bank. That's just not very effective. And so I have asked my whole family to be more responsible about their waste as well. I have kind of slowly guided them and helped them through waste sorting. For the most part, I actually do the hard work, I do the dirty work. If I have to sort through the waste and clean them up and put them in their rightful places and like dig through the ones that are probably misplaced, I would do it myself. I wouldn't want to burden that on anyone else, so they're not bothered with that. But as time goes by, they become more responsible about their own waste too. They become more curious about waste and they become more excited about it. So at home we have 5 to 6 different waste thing. So that has been like the biggest change in my lifestyle. I'm not sure if this video makes any sense, to be honest. I've just been rambling on about what I've been going through. I don't really know what I want to do with this video. I just kind of want to show you that lifestyle changes happen and sometimes it comes with a lot of changes beyond your own lifestyle. But I hope this video has been helpful to everyone. If you're thinking about changing your own lifestyles or already in the process of doing it, I hope this has given you some inspiration or hope or I don't know, something. And if you have any more experience or questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And I will leave links to everything that I talked about in this video. Also, there will be a blog post about how to change your lifestyle. So in this video, I will just talk about how my lifestyle has changed or how my relationship with others have changed from my lifestyle change. But in my blog, I will talk about how to actually change that lifestyle. Leave a like if you like this video Actually, you don't have to. You don't have to subscribe. I have no idea when I'm going to upload anymore. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye!